channel, everybody, and today I'm checking out Lydd International Airport. It's a add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, developed by the team at Burning Blue Design. Just to let you know, this isn't a sponsored video, although the team at Burning Blue Design did give me a copy of this game so I could do a review if I wanted to. Just to let you know how I do these things, essentially, if anyone ever asks me to take a look at their product, what I ask them to do is provide it first, then I take a look at it, and if I do like it, then I will do a review on it. So I'm only going to review stuff that I genuinely think is of good quality, and there's no doubt the team here at Burning Blue have done a really fantastic job with this add-on. So what I'm going to do today is going to take you through, have a look at this airport, have a look at the different features that are available, and then you can have a, if you are interested in the add-on, there's a link down in the description. You can go ahead and pick it up if you want to. One of the unique things I've done is I've done a lot of work with the local landscape and added a number of different features. So what I thought I'd do is show you around the outskirts of the airport first, and then we'll come back in and take a really good look at all the different things that are within the airport. So let's go ahead and do that now. One of the really unique parts of the Lydd area is this Dungeness Peninsula, which I'm just panning around at the moment. And you can see it's a large desert-like expanse. It's actually the biggest shingle beach or shingle area in Europe, and they call it a desert in this part of the world, which is in quite contrast to Kent, this area which is very lush and green. And so what the team have done is they've added a few landmarks. These waterways are something that they've gone ahead and redesigned. You can see the train down below there, which adds a bit of life right there. And over here we're heading towards the Dinge Marsh Water Tower. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I probably didn't, but as you can see here, we've got the water tower. Pretty well modelled by the looks of it right here. Very, very cool. As we head out towards the actual ocean itself, you can see that they've pre-populated the waterway with some of the cargo ships that you're likely to see in the area. It's a really nice touch, and if you get up close to them, you can see that they're actually pretty well modelled. So once again, a very nice touch, and they're scattered all around the area. The other landmarks you see here are the Dungeness New Lighthouse, just right there below us here. And then if I move along just a little bit further, you can see the old lighthouse down there below us. If I can just pan in there, you can get a good look at it. It's got some rusting happening at the top of the dome right there. And just over the back of that, you've got the power station. So they've gone ahead and remodeled the power station right here. It sits right on the peninsula. So it's a big flat expanse, I should say. But plenty going on there with the power, followed by the old lighthouse and then the new lighthouse. One of the funky things right here are these acoustic mirrors that have been put into the scenery. And these are essentially old school radar, and they were put in place so you could hear enemy aircraft or airships coming from across the other side of the channel, the English Channel. Essentially, though, they become a little bit extinct once faster aircraft started to be developed, but a cool little piece of history here sitting on the peninsula. And the final detail I wanted to touch on is the Lydd Golf Club that you can see below here. So if you're into hitting a few balls around, get into it right on the edge of the aerodrome. Okay, what we're going to do now is actually have a look around sort of the main attractions of the airport itself. We'll take a look at the fantastic job the development team have done. We'll also take a look at what the airport looks like in rain, etc. So a few different weather conditions. And then we'll take a look at what it looks like at night. So just got my controller here working us around, so hopefully I can navigate us. But the runway's been put in the correct position. You've got accurate taxiways and all that sort of stuff. As we move over here beside the Aero Club itself, you've got these. I really love these shipping containers. They really bring a sort of a immersion to the whole experience at this airport, with the lorries, as they call them over this part of the world, sitting there, or trucks as we would call them, sitting there in the background. You've got a little sort of office building, or a little sort of office compartment right there, and then you've got the emergency services waiting to spring into action should a dodgy pilot, probably someone similar to me coming into land, should happen to have an accident. I love these little alleyways here, and you've got that rusted shipping container and some of the rubbish bins, or the dump bins, or whatever you want to call them, dumpsters, there in the background. So all bringing that sort of little touches just to add that bit of life to the airport. There goes the Lydd Aero Club logo, and some more bins there, some vehicles parked around there, and some workmen just placed around the airport itself. Now over here we've got the entrance here to the Aero Club, and you've got a whole lot of suitcases piled there. Once again, it's those little details that really make this. You've got a couple of oil drums or fuel drums of some description right there. Someone's decided to park their car right here. Looks like it's a turbo. Will go quite fast. Anyway, here we are in the car park. That's obviously been completely redeveloped. Looks really cool. Got all the markings in there and a bunch of different vehicles which have been added in there. Now, if we jump across over to this part of the aerodrome, this is one of my favourite parts without a doubt. And when I actually just previewed this quickly on my live stream the other day, this is one bit that we looked at and thought was pretty cool, and that's the aircraft hangar. And this takes me back. It's amazing how many aircraft you can fit in a hangar, and these ones are pretty well placed, and it looks like they've got pretty much one of all the different types of GA aircraft you can get in the game itself, along with a few shipping containers or shipping boxes right there, and it looks like an easy lift or cherry picker lift right there. And so I really love that. Toolboxes, looks like some catering trays, all that sort of stuff, but a really nice touch right there. And as we come across to the hangar beside it, look at that, another little alleyway, by the way. Oh, I love those baggage, looks like baggage travelators and containers and a few utility vans. But come across in here and there's another hangar there full of aircraft. Also a refueling truck's found his way in there. So yeah, I really like that. Looks like it's pre-populated just randomly with different aircraft within the game. I'm not too sure if that changes every time you log in or not. So as we work our way around the aerodrome, you can see all the markings on the ground, which are obviously being added by the development team. Look really good. We'll make our way over here, and this is very, very cool. The Coast Guard, the Bristow Coast Guard hangar. Got a couple of choppers right there. In fact, another one sitting inside there. And when you come inside here, you've got the, once again, a scissor lift, I think those things are called. I think I called it a cherry picker before. You got little prefab offices, the big rotors hanging on the ground there. Looks like tail rotor, I think, hanging on the ground there. Just a very, very cool hangar. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant. Nice work, guys. I love it. And then as we work over here, we've got another hangar sitting here with all the doors open. With a few aircraft just placed in there. Looks like this could be perhaps a private hangar. I'm not too sure. I'd need to have a look at the actual the detail. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something else. But once again, another service vehicle there. So yeah, once again, just on the edges here, you've got little details such as the little car park right there. You've got your shipping container, cones, all that sort of stuff. And then just some random objects being placed over here, including you can't have an airport add-on without the portaloo right there. So you never know when you might need it. Well, you know, everyone who's flown with me knows you would definitely need it after a flight at Kiwi Air. So there we go, a very quick look around the actual airport itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and adjust the weather conditions, and let's just take a quick look around at... I actually missed something. Before we do that, over here we've got the little control tower. And if we just zoom down here, this is dinky. I like it. It's basically 3 shipping containers. Is this the real thing? I'd have to have a look at some photos, but it's got the antenna there. And inside, you've got the workers in there, the ATC controllers with earmuffs on for some reason. But they're in there controlling the traffic, and that's quite cool. Shipping containers, definitely a big feature around here. So anyway, with that said, let me go ahead. Let's change the weather and check out what it looks like. All right, we have got a thunderstorm happening right here. Some may argue that down in the southeast of England, these are pretty standard conditions. I'm not going to go there. You can draw your own conclusions, but this looks like the place to be here in the control tower. Not a lot of flying happening right here, but I think, you know, as with a lot of airports, you know, once you start getting the precipitation happening, certainly brings the airports to life. With the thunder and lightning, some of the lights start to take effect, which look pretty cool, and you obviously get the rain settling on the runway, and you get that reflection, which looks pretty cool. So if we come down over here, we can see that there might be a leak in the roof with a bit of rain leaking through there. Someone left the windows open, but you start to get a feel for some of the effects out here in Lydd International Airport. There goes my plane just sitting down there. And as we head over to the Coast Guard The bright light of the this guy here. He loves his light. It's going off day and night, but good on him. But certainly looks really fantastic. And like I say, some may argue this is the sort of weather you're going to encounter here quite a bit. But once again, I'm not going to go there. Ha! Anyway, how about we take a look and see what the airport looks like in complete night conditions. So I'll see you there very soon. Okay, thankfully the rain has stopped, but you can see the runway just to the left of the screen right there. And as I head down here, you really can start to get a feel for the different lighting that's available at this aerodrome at night. You've got the emergency services going off with their lights right there. They're loving life. They're just itching to get into it. And the car parks well lit right there. It really looks nice. All the main areas are lit independently. And look at that landscape. Hopefully it comes through on the video, but you've got sort of the runway over to the right there. You've got the taxiways well lit. So you can easily find where you're going, but then you've got that cityscape in the background with the lights. So it's sort of got that feel of the airport being in a sort of rural setting, but you've got sort of a metropolis area, or at least a town-sized area, pretty local. So as we move over here, I think we've still got a little bit of glare from the rain sitting on there. Maybe it's dried up, but we've got the hangars here well lit up, so that's great. The spotlights or the floodlights really taking effect, and then you've got your Coast Guard over here. And no doubt, you know, they'll be called upon to act in a moment's notice. So, that looks really fantastic with the really bright floodlights inside the hangar. And then you've got the other hangar over here. So, you know, you've got these bright lights, and they seem to be in the right areas to really bring the airport to life in a night setting. And it looks like two different types of sort of wattage, if you like, on the light. So these ones are big, booming, bright spotlights or floodlights. And then you've got the softer sort of light down here, more of a yellowish sort of illumination, if you like. So really really looks fantastic. So I think they've done a really fantastic job. So there we go, everybody. There goes a bit of a look. Lydd International Airport by Burning Blue Design. Links down in the description. If this is the sort of thing you're into, then go down there, jump into it, support these developers. I think it's pretty well priced. I think £10 there or thereabouts. £10.95 in fact. So I'm not too sure of the conversion in your area, but given the amount of work that's put into it and the attention to detail, it really is a fantastic little add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So well done to the team at Burning Blue. Thank you for the opportunity to showcase this add-on, and like I say, any more information, check out the description down below. But anyway, with that said, if you are new to the channel, how about consider subscribing? Make sure you smash that like button down below, and until next time, everybody, take it easy.